Hello everyone. So in today's session, we are going to create an home automation project with the help of our relay Bluetooth. The home automation project which we are going to create will be using our Bluetooth communication. So it will be our Bluetooth based home automation. We need an AC appliances which we will control. We need an Arduino which is your microcontroller. Apart from them, some jumper wires for connecting all of your equipments. Now, let's see how we can use our this component to create an home automation system. So actually in our home automation system, what will we be doing? We are going to control this AC appliances, that is we will turn it on and off. So as it is an AC appliances, for that we are going to use this relay. So till now we have learned about the switches that are mechanical switch, like for example, let's say this is one kind of your switch which we can press it. So this is your mechanical switch which we have used, but this is your relay which is your electrical switch or electronic switch, which is like turn on and off according to the power supplied to it. So here you can see we have two similar objects or two similar blocks. These are actually your relay which are tricked like in your AC appliances or in your AC actually. We have seen some structure like this which are your relay. Okay, when we play it, you will heard a sound which you are familiar with it. Now, apart from that, it is a two-channel relay, means we can control two appliances by using this because it has two channel. Okay, many relays of many of the devices you will see that it has four object like this, so they can control four devices. If they have many more, so it depends on how many relays you have. If you have more than two, like let's say 10, so you can control 10 appliances. Now, if you see here in front of it, you will see that in front of one we have three connectors. So one, the middle one is your common, and respectively the other two are the connector pads. For example, when we have a switch, so for example we have a three leg switch. So the first one is your common, this one is connected to your appliances. So when my switch is in this position, so it will be connected. When I move it to here, it will turn off. So same principle goes here. Apart from them, here if you see it closely, it has four pins, two pins for your power section or for your powering our relay, that is your VCC and ground. Apart from these two, we have two more, that is for controlling these two relays. If we see the pins, if you see on your side here, you will see that the name has been written over here. Let me read it. Here we have the ground pin, here we have VCC, and the middle two is your input 1 and 2. Now, apart from that, here it is also written that is two channel relay. Apart from that, we have this Bluetooth module which is HC05, which is used to control our Bluetooth appliance, we will be using for communicating with our Arduino. Till now, we have done the communication using serial monitor, which is our from computer to our Arduino. But now we are going to use the Bluetooth communication. For that, we need a Bluetooth device. Now, if you see the pins, it has 6 pins. Out of these 6 pins, we are going to use the middle 4 pins. And out of these 4 pins, you see the back side. You will see that here we have the pin listed over here. That what is the name of each of your pin. Now, out of these pin, we have TX and RX for transmission and receiver. Apart from them, we have two pins for turning it on. That is VCC and ground. So for ground, it is written GND. For VCC, it is written plus 5 volt. So let's see how we can start communicating with it. Apart from that, we have this AC appliances which have this twisted cable uh, similarly, and we also need a like your adapter, right? So these are the components which we are going to require. Now, what we have to do first, start by establishing and communication with our Bluetooth. So for that we need some jumper wires. As I have already told you, we are going to use the middle four only. So this two is for powering it up, and after that we have two more pins. The TX one and the RX. So just the four, you can see the first and the last we have left it. Now let's start by powering it up. So for powering it up, what we are going to do, we are going to provide VCC and ground. So 5 volt with your 5 volt, Main ground 5 volt. Then after that we have ground pin. So okay, these two pins are enough to powering it up. So let's connect or connect the Arduino power supply. As we turn on, you can see that one LED is been blinking. So blinking means that it is like turned on, and when you see that the blinking rate has decreased, like it is not blinking this much fast, means it is connected. Let's go to our Arduino and write some code for it. So what we have to do, we have to first start by declaring writing some serial monitor code. So let's say we want to start by defining serial monitor. Serial dot begin 9600, so that I can see what I am doing, or I can print something in our serial monitor or console so that I can see it. Okay, now what I actually want to do, with the help of this Bluetooth device, I will use an app inside my mobile. So what you have to do, go to the Play Store, and let me show you what you have to do. What you have to do, go to the your Play Store, search for Bluetooth terminal, right? When you search for Bluetooth terminal, the first object which you will see, like here, this one. Okay, the screen is flipped. So this one, so this is your Bluetooth terminal actually. So what you have to do, just install it, Bluetooth serial terminal. Okay. Just open it, as I have already downloaded it, so I have the option of opening it up. So what you can pre-install this app so that we can communicate using this app with our Bluetooth device. This Bluetooth device, this is the normal Bluetooth which we use to share files with our colleagues. Let's see, we have initiated the serial.begin. Now what I want to do, let's say when I send some signal from my mobile to my Bluetooth, I want to see them in my serial monitor. Right? So for that, we are going to use an serial.available function, that if I am getting some data, then what I have to do. So let's create a variable which will store the data. So let's say I'm creating a variable and name it as data, so it is easy for us to understand. Now after creating it, we are going to use an if condition, that it will only activate if we are getting an value. If serial dot available means we are getting some values, then what should happen, close the, so inside the parenthesis we are going to write the value, that is data is equals to serial dot read. We are going to read the value from the our serial monitor. Right. So this is a line which we will be reading using the serial monitor, and after reading the values, we have to just show them. So let's say when we got the values, serial dot say print ln the values, just this much. Now let's upload the code. Okay, so the code has been easily uploaded. Now if you see that we haven't completed our circuit completely, we have two pins left, that is your TX and RX. So what you have to do, that TX pin should be connected with our RX and the RX should be in the TX. So here the black one is my RX pin, so I will connect it with the TX. Similarly the white one with the RX, the like cross connection. If I am transmitting something, it should receive. When I transmitting from my Bluetooth, it should receive to the Arduino. Now let's turn on the serial monitor. So let me also turn on the serial monitor. So here you can see that we have turned on the serial monitor, and there nothing is been displayed because we haven't sent any data. So let me turn on my mobile from where I will send the data. Turn on the serial monitor. Now what we have to do first, let me show you. First go to your Bluetooth device, and in the Bluetooth device you have to search for your like available devices. In the available devices you will see that you will have a new device. Like, I have already connected it. Let me unpair it. So now it hasn't been clear. You can also see from this blinking, if this blinking rate is this fast, means we haven't connected with our Bluetooth. Now if I see down here, I have an option. So I have a new Bluetooth device. It will ask for your password. So the password will be like here it has also given you a hint that is it will be 0000 or 1234. So the password is usually 1234. Just use it and click on pair. So now it has been connected and it has shown in the paired devices. Now go back to your Bluetooth terminal, and from the terminal you will see that here you will have an option of devices. Just click on that devices. You will have all the pair devices. Out of these pair devices, select the devices which you have just paired to it, like the name of this one. Mostly it is HC05. You just click on it, it will automatically connect it. So here you can see. Okay. So here it is connected. Here again. And now here you can see the last one. It has been connected, and if you see this one, it has been like the blinking rate has been decreased. The connection has been lost. I think I am connecting the wire. You have another option. You can connect it directly from here. So when I connected, you can see that when it connects, that this blinking rate will be slowed down. Here you can see the blinking rate has been slowed down, and here you will see that it has been connected. The last one. Okay. So now our data has been connected. So what I can do in this text box below, if I expand it, I can write any text. For example, let me write 1234. 1234 double five. I have written over here, and when I send it like this, okay, you can see in the console that we have some values. So like these are your ASCII code. Okay, so for one it is like 49, for two it is 50. So like that it is giving us some values. Okay, so this is like transforming it, like we are getting a value, we are sending 1 2 3 4 5 5 6, but it is getting some different values because it is getting ASCII code, or it is converting one form to another. Okay, now let's see what we are going to do. That when I send 1, the LED should turn on, and when I send let's say 0, the LED should turn off. Okay, so let's write some code for it. Before, let me turn off our COM port for now. Let's go to our relay code. Now what I want to do, that when I receive 1, so we have to use an if condition. That is, if data equals to 1, then what should happen? Let's say I want to turn the by default 13 number pin LED. So digital white, the 13 number pin, that is 13 comma I. And when I receive 0, like so for that I can use else if condition. Else if data equals to 0, then I can write digital write 13 comma low. Okay. Now one thing we have forgot to add is that pin mode, because we have introduced a new pin, that is our 13 number 13 comma output, because it will be an LED. Okay, now what I can do, I can use an external LED also. So let me connect with it. Positive with 30 number 8 9 10 11 12 13, and negative with the ground, which is like near to the 13 number pin or next to a 13 number pin. Let's upload the code. One more thing you have to know, that for example when we connect our TX and RX, we have a dot, that when I upload my code, it will not upload because I have connected my TX and RX. So like we are uploading the code as well as I am connected the TX and RX, so it will always show you uploading, but it will never upload. So when you are uploading, you have to just remove this wire, these two wires, and again upload your code. Okay, so the code has been uploaded. Now you can connect this TX and RX. Okay, now what we can do now, let's use the mobile and send some values. Let's see that our LED is turning on or not. Okay, so let's disconnect it first. So here you can see that it is like blinking. So let me again connect it using this petal command. Okay, so now it has been connected. Let me delete all of the previous code. What I want to do, I want to send only one and send it. Okay, here you can see that the LED has been turned on. If you see it carefully here. Now, if I, let's say, instead of 1 I send 0 and I send it, you will see that currently the LED has been on, and when I send it, LED has been turned off. If I send 1 again, LED has turned on. If I send it like 0, it is turned off. Okay. So now we have easily established a communication between our external Bluetooth device with our Arduino using our mobile. Okay. Now, what we want to do, we want to connect this, use this relay to control this AC appliances. So for that, first I have to break a wire here, let's say, because I want to connect with our relay. Just cut the wire, any one of them, and like just a little bit. Perfect. Do the same for the second one also. Okay. Now what we have to do, these two end, these two end will be connected, one with our common pin and another one will be any one of the nearest. Okay, like we have one, so the one will be connected to the common and another one will be to any one of them. If I connected, let's say from the we have 3 pins, let's say one, the middle one will be connected by default. Okay, it is fixed. But if I connect like this, these 2 pins, okay, or these 2 wires, then if I am turning it on, then it will be turned on or off. We have only two conditions. So it is like if I'm turning it on and it is turning off, so this will be by default off. And if I connect in these two, okay, it will be better to understand it, and we have to do the practical. So let's connect it to the first and the second pin. So let me connect the wires and let me show you how to connect them. So as you can see that we have connected the wires with the first pin and the second one. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to connect this our relay with our Arduino. For that we are going to use 3 more jumper wires, 2 for VCC and ground for powering it up. That is your first and your last number pin. Apart from that, for example, here we have used this single channel. So this is your tier 2 or means your second one. So if we see here we have 4 pins. Out of these 4 pins, this one, right, BCC, ground, and this one for your like relay first or relay second. So we have used this one, so I have to use this pin, the third one. Okay. So let me connect my jumper wires in it. Okay, so we have connected the jumper wires. You can see 3 pins. Now let's connect. So the first one will be your VCC. Say connected with the main. After that we have a ground. So we have an extra ground, so I can connect them easily. Okay. After that we have left with a single pin, that is your INT2, or that is this relay output pin. Okay. So we have connected VCC, ground, and this is our output. This will be connected with our 13 number pin. So it will be 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So here you can see as I connect it, one LED has been turned on because by default it has been turned on. Now let me use my communication device mobile and let's say I am sending 0. So let me delete the previous code and you will see that you will hear a sound and this LED which is blinking will turn off. That's I am sending 1. Okay, so let's I've written here 1 and I'm sending it. Okay, here you can see that LED has been turned off. Here if you see it carefully, like let me turn off this bulb because I think that is now it's easy for us. Okay, now what I want to do, let's say I send 0. Okay, and I press it. It has been tripped, means it is turned on. Now you can see that it is working opposite. Okay, like when I send 0, the LED is turning on. When I sending 1, LED is turning off. Okay, this LED. Okay, we haven't connected the AC appliances till now. We have just connected the wires, but we haven't powered it. Okay, now in this relay you can see that we have connected the first and the second one. So if I connect this first one, that is the second one is our common pin. So apart from the second one, if I interchange this first with the third pin, then it will work opposite. That is, in 0 it will turn off, in 1 it will turn on. Okay, so that is the difference that I was telling you about, that currently it will be in 0 it is turning on and in 1 it is turning off. If I interchange the wire 1 and 3, so in 0 it will turn off and in 1 it will turn on. Now what we can do, the wire is being put out. Let's use a screwdriver and plug them. There is one more thing, that use a guardian or a teacher. In the presence of a teacher you should do this thing, because it is little bit dangerous, because we are directly contacting with our AC appliances. Okay, so now let's power it up. So let me connect it with the take safety precaution while creating this project. I have to turn this on. Okay, so here you can see that by default it is turned on. Let me use my mobile to switch it. Okay, let me delete my previous code. Now what I want to do, let's say I want to stop it, so I will send 1. Here you can see it has successfully turned off. Okay, let me increase the size of this. The code is fixed, so we don't need them. Okay, so now we have a little bit more room so that we can experiment our project. So here you can see my mobile. Okay, let me delete the previous code. I think it's there. Let's say I will send 0. So I've typed 0. Send it again. 0 and send it. The wire is loose. Okay. Okay. Now if I send 1, so let me delete it and send 1. It has been a stop. If I send 0, turn on. I can also use this shortcut here, M1, M2. Okay. So you can hear the sound of your relay tripping. It is the same sound that we heard in our AC. So that's it for today's session. See you in the coming session.